are tuned in to your dose of positivity. Shout out to all the channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you. I am Marlene Motivates, and as I always say, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Hey, everybody, it's Marlene of Marlene Motivates. I am your channel for all things motivational, positive, mindset shifting, relationships. Yeah, all of that. So, welcome to today's show. I really appreciate everybody who supports me, who's either able to come in live or who is tuning in on the replay. Very much appreciate each and every one of you. So let's go to the chat first and let's see who's in here. And then I'm going to get started on today's topic. First in, we have Jill's Comfort Zone. Welcome in, Jill. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I hope all is well. Happy Tuesday to you. We got East Dad in the building. How are you doing, East? Welcome in. Hope all is well with you. And we have Miss Rachel. We got writers. How are you doing, Rachel? How are you doing? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. And I see Puzzle Pieces in the building. How are you doing, Puzzle Pieces? Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Yes, everybody, we're talking about controlling people today. And how to spot them, how to identify it. And, I do these streams to talk about certain topics because I have been there. I've seen it. And sometimes it's been me. Sometimes it has been friends. Sometimes it's been a relative or on the job. But we see things. And we want to talk about this. It's a very important conversation just so that people know that being a controlling person is not a good thing. It's not a good thing to be a controlling person. And it's also not a good thing to be a person to be controlled. It's not good for our mental. It's not good for your psyche. It's not good for any part of you. It's not good for your spirit. It makes you feel some type of way about yourself and about your life. So let's get into talking about this. Okay, everybody. Appreciate everybody who is here. If you have not hit the like already, please hit that like. Hit that like. Okay. So this is what we're talking about today. Spotting a controlling person. Let's start off with the first point that I have. When we talk about a person who is controlling, it also means that we have to acknowledge they want to know everything you are doing. And somebody who is like that wants to know everything you are doing. Okay, there are some relationships, okay, that they do feel that way, and mainly it's relatives, it's your children in a romantic relationship and friendships. There are some that feel entitled to know everything that you are doing. They want to know blow by blow every moment of the day. What are you doing and this and all? They get all up in your business. And the same people who are the controlling people never tell you anything about themselves. They don't tell you about what they have going on, what they're dealing with, what they're going through, but they want to know the complete control over your life. Awesome, Rachel. Thank you so much. Hey, Real Talk, Mr. Prince, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Now let's get into this topic, everybody. Let's get into it. So, the first point, a controlling person is jealous of any person other than them. They want to be the only person in your life. Say if you hang out with a friend, or say you're with your boyfriend, significant other, you're with a friend, you're with somebody, anybody other than them, they are jealous of you having other relationships besides them. And that is not a good thing. It's not a good thing for somebody who, you know, doesn't want you to have other relationships. That's not balanced. It's something wrong about that. Something really wrong with somebody who wants the complete control over your entire life, or they want to control who, you have in your life. And any other person, they want to know who is that? How long you been friends? Why are you going there? Or they'll even say, like, how come you're going there without me? They want to be involved in everything you do. They want to be able to be invited to everything you do. Everything must have them involved in it. And that is not a good thing. Everybody needs separate relationships. You need to have some time with your friends one on one. You need to have some time with your spouse or significant other. You need to have time with, workmates. You need to have time with relative. You need to have time with children. You need to have time with every single person. And one person or persons that is demanding of all your time or demanding to control every single thing you do, they get very upset if you go and hang out with somebody and that's not somebody they want you to be around, because either they don't like them or for whatever reason. That controlling thing is not good, because that control, it starts escalating to where, in certain relationships, it starts to get so aggressive, so poisonous and toxic. It may get to the point where they may come and put their hands on you. And that's a line that when they do that, that's a point of no return. Let me see what is going on here in the chat. I see Boss Life Online is in the building. How are you doing, Boss Life Online? Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Um, Getting ready to clock out. Awesome. I know you're ready, Jill. Yes, it's not a good thing. Definitely, it's not a good thing. A person who's controlling, and I've seen the controlling in so many relationships. I've seen the controlling bosses, they don't like if you don't go and tell them every single thing. They want to know blow by blow. They want to be like the micromanagers, every single thing. And I can't stand that hovering. Somebody who likes to hover and watch every single thing you do. That's not good. And there's a lot of people who are hooverers, and it can be controlling too when we talk about parents too, you know, and it's no shots against parents. I'm just sharing something that I've observed, that I've seen, and it's not a good thing. Yes, as parents, you have to take care of your children, you have to protect your children, but also you have to also give children space and freedom to be themselves, to experience some things in life, to have some fun. Yeah, we can't be that. What do they call those? Helicopter parents. And I get it. I understand because you don't know what's happening. You don't know what other people are doing. It's not that you don't trust your children, but you don't trust certain individuals. So, yes, protect your children, handle your business, but you do have to pull back and let children have their experiences. That's not good to be so controlling with your children that they wouldn't even want to come and have a conversation with their mother or their father. That's not a good thing. Not a good thing. So let's get into the next point. Let's get into the next point. So, do you guys know some jealous people? Let's go into this point right here. This one is so true and so real. A controlling person wants all of your time. They want 24 hours of a day. They want you to only be focused in on doing everything for them. They want you to hang out with them. They want you to clean, to cook, to this, to do that, to go shopping, to go to the movies, everything. They want you at all times. They want access to you all the time. And that's not a good thing. That's very unhealthy. It's very unhealthy. It's very unhealthy, very toxic, very stressful, and it can definitely affect your mental health. You have to have separate personal me time. It's not a good thing for somebody who wants to know what you're doing every single minute of the day. Hey, what you doing? What you're doing? What you're doing? And it's like you can't even get to do anything because they keep asking you what you're doing. Yeah, those are some of the people where they're so toxic, they're so exhausting that you have to give yourself some space, some distance between those people. And that's the thing that when I spot that, when I see that on somebody, that they want all your time, you can't be in my life. But that's just me. I'm not speaking for anybody else. I'm just speaking for myself. I can't be around somebody who wants all my time. You can only control you. Other people is going to do what they want. Yes, Gio. Yes, yes, yes. People want all your time. They do. And they will try to take, they will attempt to take all of your time if you let them. Like sometimes I have to be asking myself questions like, wait a minute, how many times a day are you going to be calling? How many times a day are you texting, showing up, doing this? Like, one of those things like Gio said, doing the most, right? Doing the most. Well, you can't get all of my time, crazy. And so, let's be honest, people who are controlling, a lot of them have some, you know, the elevator, don't go to the top floor. What do they say? Do not pass, go. Some people is just, they just weird. It's just weird and strange. And the people who will even get into the controlling has levels and escalate. Sometimes that controlling, and when they can't get control, then they start stalking you because you won't tell them things. They'll just start popping up and showing up, and you're like, this is too weird. East be doing me, Marlene be doing me like that. Really, East? I do? Okay. Yeah, yeah, you're gonna be in trouble. I know you couldn't help yourself. Don't say it, Marlene. The elevator don't go to the top. I did. I said it. Yes, the elevator does not go to the top level. What they used to say back in the day, they don't have all their marbles. They're not operating on all cylinders, whatever it is that you want to call it. But some people are not operating with a full deck of cards. They're not. And, like I say it on here with a little bit of humor, but it really is not anything funny. when somebody is trying to control everything that you do. And I have to say it too, especially being a content creator. Those of you who have channels, those of you who have other, social media sites. But don't you see it that people want to control how you do what you do on your channel, how you do what you do on your other, streaming services, how what you do on your channel. And I always say to myself, like, isn't this my channel? How you think you're gonna have control? Tell me what to do, what to say, how to do it, how to handle my business, what to upload. It's a different story when you ask for people's advice. But when they want to tell you the unwarranted advice, that's a problem. It's a major problem, a real major one. Okay, here is another one, a big one. I'm about to put the link in here because I did not have a lot of points, but I definitely wanted to cover this topic. Okay, let's see. Let me put the link in here. Link is in. All right. So this is my point, last point that I had. Spotting a controlling person. A controlling person doesn't like to see you succeed. A controlling person does not like to see you win. They don't want to see you getting attention from others. They don't want to see you having success financially. They don't want to see you looking better, like losing weight, dressing better, again, having a nicer job, having being in a romantic relationship. They don't like that. They don't want to see you succeed or even doing better than them. And the whole thing about it is very strange to me how a person could be so controlling and wanting to do better, want and don't want you to do better than them, but they're the main ones that aren't doing anything. They're the ones sitting down, twiddling their thumbs, doing nothing. They're not getting busy. They're not getting active. They're not accomplishing goals. They don't have dreams. They're not doing nothing. You could ask them in 2 or 3 years, and they will still be complaining about the same thing. And they lack any, they have no drive to do anything with their life. And I find that to be like very strange, very weird. They do. They do all of this on YouTube, want to control your content. And if you don't get there, and if you don't, they get their minions to stop supporting you. Now that's crazy. It's nothing that we can do about it. It isn't. It's nothing we can do about the reaction. I mean, the actions of other people. All we can do is control our own actions. Don't let people who have like off, you know, they're off up here. Don't let them, because they're off, make you start thinking like something is wrong with you. And I have found that before. A person who is very controlling, they try to make it turn it around and make it seem like you're doing something wrong. I always find that the moment that a person who is a controlling person can't control you, they turn their back on you, and then they start talking some crazy stuff about you, when maybe just a little bit ago you were cool. But when they can't get you to do what they want you to do, now they hate you. That's why they say it's a very thin line between love and hate. If somebody, people will only love you as much as they can use you. They will love you as much as they can manipulate you. And when they find that they can't change you, they can't make you do something, then they're not into you anymore. And that shows that that person really never cared about you. They just wanted to control you and use you. You know, facts. It ain't funny trying to control somebody like that. It's not funny. It's a very serious thing. And people stalk on social media, people stalk in real time, and it's not good. It's not a good thing. So while we say things with a little humor so that we can get through discussion, but it's never okay to think you can control what another person does, what another person says, how other people dress, what they want to talk about. It's a lot of people that need to learn to chill. They really do. You need to learn to chill. Oh, you did? You knew somebody like that? Wow. It is. It's overwhelming puzzle piece. It's very overwhelming. Wow. That's crazy. So I put the link in the chat for anyone who wants to come up, but I did want to talk about, spotting a controlling person. And when we see these controlling people, I've actually seen people go to the extent of stalking, um, asking other people, where you going? They want to know who you're with, who is there, why are they there, even to the extent of controlling what are you eating, and they don't even want you to eat until they're eating with you. I've seen that, like some people who have had boyfriends, girlfriends, spouses, they don't want that person to eat until they're eating because they feel like it. I don't eat without me. I'm like, that's it's some things about controlling people that has a lot to do with their mental health. How do you think, if you care about somebody and you love them like you say you do, why would you want to control the time that they eat? That's weird. It's some weird things. I see Geo in the background. Let's welcome her to the show.
Hey everybody, it's Gio. Hey Marlene, thanks for letting
Hey.
me come up here.
Always, always, always.
All right, controlling. I am not with that. Now, I already know when people are trying to control me because I was a controller without knowing I was a controller.
Mhm.
You know, I know I always bring this up, but I cannot help it. I am so grateful that I went to therapy because I did not know. And that kept me frustrated with people because they wouldn't do what I wanted them to do or act or say what it
Mhm.
was I wanted them to say. And when I learned that only person that I can control is myself, my feelings, my emotions, keep me in check, that's enough right there. Trying to control myself. I mean, think about it, Marlene. It's enough trying to keep my emotions intact, try not to say hurt people feelings, and want them to do it my way. Because, see, my way is the best way. Your way is not by nothing. That's
Mhm.
controlling.
Yes, it is.
And then also about controlling people, what I don't like, it feels like you have to tiptoe around them. Ooh, don't say
Mhm.
this, don't get mad, and this and that. I could care less today. You do something to me, and you're gonna hear about it. My daughter especially. Okay, my other sister especially. My other two, we cool. But them two, I have to keep them in check because they think that they control my whole life. My sister, you can put it on one of your credit cards. No, I'm not putting nothing on my credit card for you, NT Moore, because you did not,
NT.
huh?
NT more.
NT Moore, because you did not act right. This is my credit card. I control it, not you. I mean, I really had to say that. And then I don't even want to talk about my poor little baby darling. I ain't gonna call her name, okay? Well, I had to just tell her the other day, look, this is my life. If I want to go out of town without telling you, I have a right to do that. Somebody in the family knows where I am because I already know. If I would have told her who you going to meet, what you going to
Yeah.
do, what time you going to get back to the hotel, this, that, it's
How much
just,
did it cost?
huh?
How much did it cost?
Yeah, and oh, I didn't know you was gonna go do that. I'm like, girl, look, get you some business. Handle your marriage. That's what you need to be doing. Control that.
Yeah.
Don't worry about your mama because if I already know my daughter is there for me. If I needed her, I already know
Mhm.
what to do, and she will beat you up about her mama. Okay,
Yes.
I already know all of that. Okay, but it's just some things I just want for me. You understand, Marlene?
Hmm.
I don't have to answer to her. I'm your mama. I am not the child. So I have to keep her in check more than I have to keep that other sister in check.
Yeah, but you know what, Gio? The whole thing about it, I was the same way like you before recovery. I really was. And I used to get so mad when I would, well, I used to call myself asking people things, but it wasn't asking, I was demanding.
Right.
I was demanding to know their business. I was demanding to for them to do whatever I wanted them to do, and it doesn't work that way. When we're adults, we can ask people, "Can you do this or can you do that or will you be able to support me?" But we can't demand it and say, "You need to be here at this time." And and telling people how to run their own life, and oh, you should be able to afford that. You have a good job, or you ain't doing nothing anyways, you're not working. You don't know people's business and what they're going through.
That's girl, if I tell you. And that's why I'm not gonna get emotional today, Marlene, but over there on my channel on Boss Life Online, and when I'm in anybody's and we're talking on a deep level, about where you come from, how you made it. That it, this is why you see tears from me, because I don't want to
Mhm.
have to be controlling no more. And when you think about that, if you can't, I get emotional about it because I don't want to be like that. Because it
Yep.
ruins, not only you don't have no friends, you know, it ruins my life
It does.
being controlling, because I'm always mad and frustrated. That's why I'm grateful that God broke me down and sent my butt to therapy, and I don't have to be that anymore. So controlling is not a good thing. If you think that that's good, you're really hurting yourself.
Yeah. See, and the whole thing is, I used to always think other people had the problem. Let me give you some game, Geo. I thought other people had the problem because they wouldn't let me control them.
Now, see, that's
But
you
see,
really,
that's why I knew I needed some help. I knew that because
I
I
see why.
wanted my way all the time,
No
all the
shade,
time,
Marlene, no shade, but
all the time.
I see why the therapist don't can't have you back. she, she had her hand,
She said, "You can't come back. You can't come back."
Marlene, she had her hands full. She had to break down barriers and walls and crawl over mountaintops
Yep. She
to
said
get
she
to
had
the
to build
real truth.
walls. They didn't even exist. She had to build my walls from the ground up.
Lord. And but once my therapist told me you're not being honest, and I don't know if I could help you anymore, that's when I broke down and said, "Oh, don't put me out. I'll tell the truth." She ain't had no more problems out of me, because I was like,
Mhm.
I got to get real, unless I'm not gonna be okay. I am gonna not be in this world, So I don't want to be controlled. And this is it, Marlene. Listen at this. We don't want to be controlled, but here we are controlling.
That see, but that's the whole thing. I used to complain and talk about, oh, they're so controlling, but I was the main one.
That's what I'm talking. Me
I
too.
was the main one, but I can step back now. And that's how you know that you've grown as a woman, or you've grown as a man, when you can look back and take a hard look at yourself and be like, whoa, look what I used to do. Look how I used to say. I was like, wow. I was like, I was really messed up. I was
You
like,
know,
that's messed up.
you, you so right, Marlene. Because I be thinking sometimes, don't people know we can see what they doing? No, they don't think that. They think they is doing good. But I can look, because see, if you're controlling like I was, and you say something, my left eyebrow gonna go up. I'm gonna look at you like you crazy, turn around right quick so you can't figure it out, and just say to myself, I got to go. This person is controlling. I
Yeah.
mean, people that have really worked on themselves, they know.
Hmm.
They can see it a mile off. You know, if you work through something in your life and you meet a person that used to be you, you're going to know it.
Yeah. What they say, game recognize game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know about the game. I know about being controlling. That's how I could talk about this, is because these are some of the things I used to do, like call people and you keep calling them about 50, 60 times. That used to be me. I was the worst person, especially when it came to my mama or my daddy. I was like, what is she doing? Pick up the phone. I'd be like, Mom, why didn't you pick up the phone? Like, because I didn't want to. I didn't think that people had choices. I'd be like, that's my mama. That's my daddy.
Oh, you
You know?
sound like Sicily.
Yes.
Oops.
But I'm not that way anymore. I've improved. I've gotten a lot better. I give people a break. I call people one time. After I call them one time, then the next time I'll send them a text message and just say, just call me whenever you can. But before I used to be like, I call you until I get you.
Mm-mm-mm.
Hmm. Yeah.
I have looked at the phone many days when my daughter called, and she already know I do YouTube, and
Hmm.
she already know most of the time I'm live, and she'll just sit there. That's why I don't have the ringer on and call every 30 minutes. And then if she can't get me, she'll call my sister Beverly. Then Beverly will call. Then Annette will call. That's how she control folks. And I be saying,
Oh,
stop controlling people. Well, I didn't know what was going on.
Gio, I hate to say it, but that sounds like me before recovery.
Yeah,
That
that's what
sounds
I
like
was saying.
me.
Mm-hmm. So, but you can't. Every time I try to tell her you are controlling, I can't have that in my life. It just bothers me.
Mhm.
And so she'll stop calling me for a week or two, and then she'll come back when she do come. Didn't it feel better when we didn't speak?
Mm.
Like, are you crazy?
Mm, mm, mm.
I'm
And
telling
that's not the solution either, Gio. It's the people that you care about. It's not that you don't want them to call you. It's that you don't want them to call you 17. What did our mamas used to say? 17, 11 times.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine used to say 24/7. Back then, we didn't have no cell phones, so we
Yeah.
couldn't call. It was just you just. When my mother used to, we had the washing machine, but you had to go outside if you wanted to dry your clothes
Yep.
back in the day. And if she had 8 of us, can you imagine our mama, mama, mama? Child, that'd have been me. I'd have said bye. I mean, my mother, she used to say this. She used to turn around and say, "Please stop calling me mama. I'm gonna lose my mind." And we all just look at each other because we was trying to get control of who she was gonna help first.
Hmm. My mom, and my mom had 10 kids. So my mom used to be
Ooh,
like, I hate the word mom.
girl, that's how
I
control
hate
I
that
can
word, mom.
get.
I hate that word.
As I grew up in that type of family with 8 kids, it was fun because we all played and had a good time. But
Mhm.
I always told my mama, I'm never, ever having no 8 kids. I say one is enough. And
Yeah.
it was because my daughter was like 15 teenagers,
Yep.
all
All
wrapped
you
up
need
in
is
one.
one. All you need is one. All you need is one. That's what my mom said. My mom said, I already know. She'd be like, and don't even get sensitive, Marlene. But she always told me if she would have had me first, she would have never had no more.
Golly, Marlene, you was awful.
Welcome, Miss Nexie.
Hey, Maxie.
Hi, Gio. Hi, Marlene. Hi, chat. You guys are having too much fun over
We're
here.
having way too much fun. Yes, ma'am.
And you know, Marlene, if you was my child, I would have moved to another country where there was no cell phone communication or no cell lines. Like I would have been I would have gone under the witness protection program.
Now that's
Please make me disappear.
Yeah,
She won't
change
leave
your
me
name.
alone.
That's why my mom said she hated that name, Mom. She said, I hate that name.
But you know, now it's true when people try, sometimes you don't even see it coming. I don't know, ladies, if you've been on that side of the spectrum, that you have this friend, this new friend, and you're so, excited because you have this new friend or whatever, or friends. And then, you find yourself uh, answering all these questions, but you feel that it's because they care for you, right? It's a new friendship. They just probably want to know. And then you don't even realize what's happening until you probably, the friendship is getting a little bit too close too fast, and you step a little bit back and you say, what just happened? I have, like, why am I giving this person so much info? Or why is she asking me so many times where I'm going, where I'm going to be? And the other thing is when they show up at a place that you say you were going without invitation, like that's weird.
Yeah, that's something to raise an eyebrow, and me and next to you and I have had this conversation about somebody who, you're out and you're having fun, and then their controlling boyfriend, girlfriend, or
Mm-hmm.
spouse wants to know exactly where they are, what they're eating, and they want not only to know all of those things, but they want to FaceTime and see everything.
Exactly. And Marlene, it's and I keep on telling people, you guys don't understand how dangerous that is. You don't understand it. It's, I don't want to be put in the middle of something because you're posting everything everywhere you go. Or what about this one, that you go out with this friend and he has this controlling partner, and then they're on the cell phone having a conversation with you, and this person is listening to everything you're doing. How about that one, Marlene? They're on the cell phone the whole time. I had this really weird experience one time with this was like the second time I had met this young lady, and we went out to eat as a group at work. And from work she changed, and we carpooled with another person. She was on the phone as we were carpooling, so I figure, okay, we're going there, so she's probably on the phone with whoever. We got to the restaurant, she was still on the phone. We ordered the dinner, she was on the phone. We ordered drinks on the phone. We paid on the phone. And after we were done with all of that and she was about to go home, that's when she hanged up.
that's awful. I,
I, Gio, I felt so uncomfortable and so bad for her because she's blinded by love.
well, I know when me and my daughter went to Trinidad, and she tried to pull that on me up in the bedroom, and I was sleepy. I said, if you don't hang up that phone right now, I'm going to get up, take it out your hand, open up the window, and throw it out. And she told that boy, oh, I got to go because my mother is upset with me talking and she can't sleep. I could care less about what you told him, but you will get off the phone right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then she go get out the phone and fuck the covers, because we had separate beds. You think I cared, Maxie? She was coming to get my rest.
Hey,
So I do understand how you felt when that was happening.
we were all actually like, so like looking at each other like, is this happening? Because this, like I said, this is the second time I had met her. Other coworkers had gone already out with her to dinner and stuff like that, but this was the first time I was meeting her, like in a setting like that. So for me, it was like, are you gonna eat and you're gonna have your, that person's gonna listen to your chewing of the food, your drinking, they're gonna listen to everything we're saying. Like, shouldn't you hang up? I was thinking, I never said anything to her, but I was thinking like, maybe you should hang up. I mean, you're with us, it's uncomfortable, it's rude to be on the phone the whole time. But I said, it's not my place. And then when we went back to work, they were saying, oh yeah, this happened the last time too. But we thought it was like an isolated incident, that it was just, she probably had not spoken to that person in a while and she wanted to talk to them or whatever. We didn't know it was something that happened all the time. And I'm like, that is very strange. That is very, very strange. I wonder what's going on with this girl, but nobody ever inquired. Nobody ever looked into to find out what was going on with her, because right after that, probably like a week or two after that, she quit. So I'm pretty sure he didn't like what he heard on the other end of the line when he was on the phone with her.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
real controlling, where you have to stay on the phone with somebody everywhere you go.
No.
Child.
Or next to what I have seen is every location they go to, they have to call the person they're in a relationship and tell them they're at somewhere else. Hey, I'm at the grocery store. Hey, I'm
Mm-hmm.
at the bank. Hey, and I'm like, I'm at the
Are you
post
kidding me?
office. And I'm looking like, and they're
You're
like,
like,
what's
let me
wrong?
call you. I'm pissed. I'm
And they're
mad.
looking at me and I'm looking at them. I was like, what is going on? Oh yeah, they're just concerned. And that's how it starts.
That's how
That
they mask it.
toxicity. Yeah.
But I if when I was married, I would say, "Okay, Philip, this is my agenda for today." Blah 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 blah. He would say, "Okay," and that was it. I didn't have to call everywhere I say I was gonna go.
Hmm.
My,
'Cause
my,
if
my,
let me just finish, because if he would
go
have said,
ahead. I'm sorry, Gio. Go
"I
ahead.
want you to call me at this place, this place, this place," I'd have looked at him like, "Man, you got to be kidding me. Have you lost your rocker? Do the elevator go to the top? But he didn't do that. And I didn't do that to him either.
Yeah.
I'm done.
But you know that the controlling is also, it's just another form of jealousy.
It's another,
Yeah.
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 It's also another form of, DV. I'm sorry. It's
Yep.
another form of it. But for me, I remember when I first came into the family, and my sister-in-laws were like so excited, and then I was going to the store. I grabbed my car keys, and I'm like, okay, so see you guys. I'll be back in a few. Just make yourself comfortable. And I grabbed my bag, my keys, and I'm on my way out. And then my husband was coming in from the pool side. He was coming into the front, and he saw me with the keys, and I was like, okay, be back. And then my sister-in-law stopped me in my tracks, and she's like, aren't you gonna tell him where you go? And I'm like, what? She's like, aren't you gonna ask him if it's okay for you to go? I go, no, I'm the type that I'd rather ask for forgiveness than ask for permission. And their eyes got really wide, because they were asking, can I go to the store with her? Can I do? And I said, no, no, I'd
Uh-huh.
rather ask for forgiveness than for permission. I said, besides, I left my father's house when I was 18,
Years.
17 actually. So I haven't asked another man for permission to go anywhere since. And I don't think the man has been born that I'm going to have to ask him for permission to live my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. And
That's why I was laughing.
that gives me a lot of anxiety too, when not when it's necessarily me, but when I'm around people who are like that takes me back to when I was in a toxic relationship like that. And it used to be not to that extent to where they have to know every single thing, but it used to be like, wanting to know too much, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't even a serious relationship yet. You know what I'm saying? And they already went, oh, who's that? Oh, have I met them? What do they look like? How long have you known them? It was just like, whoa, this is,
it
uh,
Gio, Marlene, you guys will agree. Hopefully, you'll agree with this. But isn't that kind of like, um, how can I put it? Like, don't you feel like suffocated by all of that? Who is that? Have you known them long? How often do you talk to them? Oh, okay. So you known that long? Yeah. How do you guys go out to eat? Do you guys? It's suffocating. It makes you feel so like, what's with the 1,000 questions? Like, that's my friend. That's all you need to know.
exactly,
Yeah.
Nexie.
But
That's how
didn't it make you
that's how
guys
I
like,
feel.
oh,
That's how I feel, Nixie. I feel like when you're with certain people, they make you feel like they're your mother or their father, even when
mm-hmm.
it's not like, say, even if it's a relative, they just will just imposing their views all the time. Oh, you can't do that, or you shouldn't do that, or that's not a role. A woman shouldn't do that, or you know. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
For
no.
me, it felt like they didn't like they didn't trust me. Like, that's how I felt. Like, that person didn't trust me.
Well,
Mm.
like I say, that's how come. I'm just gonna say this. That's why I have a two dots, three. Let's see, no, four now dots for friends,
Mm-hmm.
and they all have to have some kind of recovery.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not willing to go back for no reason. Nexie and Marlene, I'm real serious when I say that, for nothing, because
Mhm.
this is I'm living my best life. I
Mm-hmm.
know today I don't have to control nobody. Cause guess what I know? They ain't gonna do it no way. And I know that today. So I am not trying to control you. Now I will give you some information. Now
Mhm.
how you choose to use it is up to you. But
Mm-hmm.
Geo don't keep that focus on the mountain, climbing it. And the people
Mhm.
that trying to control me, I know how to just knock them off and come on back on the mountain trail. Done, Marlene.
You know how to knock them out. See, and and the best way to deal with people who are controlling like that is to show people what you're made of. Show people
Mhm.
that they can't railroad you. That they will. They're not. You're not going to use me. You're not going to manipulate my mind. You're not going to try to control me, and you definitely are not going to know my personal business. My
Mm.
personal business is something that I share with people that I trust. And I'll just say it this way because it's no easy way to say it. Relatives feel entitled to know your personal business. And
Mm-hmm.
while I do, I love them, but I can't tell them certain things because as soon as you tell them, it's going to be CNN, Bay News 9, whatever news channel that's going to broadcast all of your business. You don't have to tell nobody. We all know we got one family member or a few that you tell them, and then you tell everybody else. And I have done this on purpose. Tell a certain relative, now don't tell nobody. Don't tell. Okay. And they say, oh, I got it. This is between me and you. Oh yeah. This is gonna stay here within 15 minutes. Girl, I didn't know you was going on vacation.
Mm, mm, mm,
Mm, mm,
mm,
mm.
mm.
I'm
Like my
laughing.
like my oldest sister Beverly said, if you don't want the family to know your business, don't tell them. If you tell one of us, we're gonna all call each other. Now you know that. Stop being stupid. That's what
No, I only give info to the whenever I want someone to know, I tell a certain somebody. and they will be spread nationwide.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And wait a minute, they don't even get the story right.
No, of course
Sure
not.
don't.
That's
By
the
the
best
time
part.
they get back to you, you be saying, "What I said, what?"
I was like, I didn't say that.
I didn't say that I didn't like you. I said that you were annoying as heck. That's what I said. I don't know what she told you.
Yeah, I was like, I never said I didn't like you. I just said you have poor financial management skills.
Yeah.
And I was
Don't
not going
ask
to
me
lend you
to
any
tell
more
the
money.
truth because I'm gonna tell it.
Well, you know me. You ain't got to ask me twice. Not, nobody say this, but I said this. You get on my last nerve. And I said, and I'm not taking it back. I did that. I'm telling y'all.
Mhm.
And I said, I'm not taking it back, and I don't care if you mad. Now,
Mhm.
they wasn't expecting that. They
Yeah,
was expecting me to say like what I always used to say. Well, I didn't say that.
yeah. It's like one of those things that it's the people in our lives that they feel like they can say whatever they want to say. They can be rude, they can be nasty,
Hmm.
manipulative, everything in the book. They can do what they want. But the moment you stand up for yourself and say what you need to say or put them in their place, then they want to say, I feel threatened, or you
Mm.
threatened me. Nobody
Disrespected.
threatened you. Oh, please. You just got mad that I called you out and I call your bluff.
Yep. I
That's
feel disrespected. She
Mhm.
disrespected me. No, I didn't. I just told you like it is. There's a difference. I could have disrespected you, but I didn't. And that's the thing. Once you start working on yourself, all these red flags, you start seeing them on others and you
Yeah,
start to stay
Mhm.
away from them. And
right.
it's why, when people say, oh my God, you only have those many friends, because I can count them, the good friends that I have, I can count them with one hand. And I tell them yes, and that's all I need. I have, moved away from all the drama. I have moved away from all these people that want nothing good for you, because that's what it is. They don't want anything good for you. If something good happens to you, they take it very personal. I said, so I have moved away from that, and now I'm living my life with the people I want to be with.
Yep. I
And
think
Mm.
your mic just went out, Nexie.
I'm not just letting anybody else because we're family. I have selected a certain, group of people that are my people. The rest are family that I have to deal with because we're family, but they're not going to be in the circle, on my circle of love.
Mm.
I agree,
Well,
Nexie. Oh, go ahead, Gio.
now I'm just gonna say, well, that's it.
I was waiting for a long thing. I was like,
Me too. I was like, okay, let's see what goodies she's going to come up with.
Look, guys. What can I say behind that? What Nexus said? I mean, I agree with her. Everything she said. It's just
And Gio,
my
that
mom.
goes to kids too, Gio. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that goes towards the kids as well. So you're
Okay,
not alone on that one.
right. Because my mama said, when if you know that that person just spoke the truth, and you don't have to add nothing to it and just let it fly. All we say is well, but I
Hmm.
put church to it. Well, well, well. Okay,
She took it there. She took it.
you gotta laugh at yourself sometimes.
Yes, we do.
You know,
I,
God.
I rather laugh than cry, though. I tell you that much.
Me too. I'd rather laugh than go live that life I had before. Controlling, thinking I'm controlling people. Mm-mm.
and the whole thing about it is that, guess the funny part, everybody, we think we're controlling people. We're not controlling nobody. You think you're controlling people. You just driving yourself crazy because then nobody listens to a person who's controlling. Everybody just does what they want to do and they just ignore you.
They run away from you. They start disappearing. They're having those disappearing acts. Marlene is calling me 15 times. Yeah, tell her I'm not here. She shows up. Or if Lexi calls, I'm not answering the phone call.
Yep. And I hate to say that, but sometimes when you are in a good space in your life, great things start happening for you. That's when people can be the most like, you really find out who are you, people who back you. Because when you're winning in life or succeeding, or even when you make changes, like I know I've talked to Nexie and Gio about this, like when you start changing and you're not a person that can be manipulated any longer, like you're healing, you're having conversations, people, they don't like that. They don't like the new and improved you. They want the old you that they can use and manipulate and like to be in trauma and what's negative.
Hmm. Yes, ma'am. That's exactly what they want. That is
Yep.
exactly what they want.
Yep. That's what
That's
my
right.
daughter told me. Where's my old mama?
She gone.
You know,
I'm sorry.
I'm like, she been gone, girl, for over. How long I been out of therapy? I don't know, maybe 15 years.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And she still talking about where's
She want the mama that she could tell what to do.
right. She don't want the one that just that says, look, this is not, I am not the child. I am not one of your kids. I am your mother. And I will not be spoken to like that. And matter of
Hmm.
fact, hold up, block.
Oh no, not the block. Unfortunately, that comes with controlling people too. And
I
then
don't
they'll
care.
and the funny part is, can you guys, can someone explain it to me so I can get it? Why do people who are blocked ask other people who are unblocked why they are blocked?
Because
Because
we
that
don't give
happens a
a,
lot with people
be-
I know.
because we
Do
don't
you know
explain
why
the
she
block.
blocked me?
No, no. What about the ones that come in the chat and say, please unblock me?
Oh, we've known about those, Gia.
Like they have no idea why they were blocked. They did nothing wrong.
And they never say sorry. They never are accountable. They feel that they can do whatever they want and be rude and whatever
Yeah,
and do all kinds of stuff, and you just have to take it.
yeah,
Mhm.
That's where the mistake comes from.
right.
And that's why they're blocked.
And I'll be like, that's why you're blocked.
Yeah,
Because you don't know how to control yourself.
yeah. Well, I talk about my kid a lot because we have went through a lot, building our relationship, what can, setting boundaries, because she had to set boundaries with me as well.
Hmm.
And today, my daughter has gotten a lot better, but some days she slipped back,
Hmm.
you know, and she went to the therapist just like I did.
Hmm.
But I think something like I say, sister, what are you trying to use? You're not using your therapy in the right way, honey. You're using it to punish folks. Oh, no, 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 to control people. No,
Hmm.
no, I'm not. I mean, sometimes she does some, I be like, child, it's time to go on a long vacation and don't tell nobody where I am.
Yeah.
And again, for I don't, with my kids, like I tolerate a lot of things, but my kids are very, um, they're not controlling. per se. They say that sometimes I'm a helicopter mom because like I'm always trying to like find out like if I haven't heard from them in a couple of days, 2 to 3 days, I'm finding out like where you at. I haven't, I haven't, you haven't
Mhm.
texted me or whatever. So they're like, Mom, stop being a helicopter mom. I was like, okay, okay, fine. So I stopped texting. And then they're texting me, why haven't you called me? Why haven't you texted me? I haven't heard from you. I'm like, I thought
Mhm.
you said I was helicopter mom. So now
Because
you want me to text you? Like, I don't get it. So we had to sit down and, you know, I had to sit down with them and just let them know exactly what I've been holding back inside of
Mhm.
me for all these years and all the things that they have done, and that I needed some distance. I needed
right,
to heal. I needed to heal myself from everything that I had kept inside, because that's what I do. I don't just blur, just throw things out there, blur things out. I have to think about what I'm gonna
Mhm.
say. I don't care how upset I am. So I told them, I said, I need some time. I told my daughter that I need, we need distance. We need a break.
yeah.
Mhm. Yep, I tell people all the time. I said, keep asking questions. I said, you're working up, and I was like, don't let me get to the K. I said, you're working up. I said, once I say B, and I said, okay, okay, because if I get to C, it's over. You know.
Well, you just with people that's controlling, even if they're in your family, you have to deal with them anyway. Like my sister and my kid, I love them from the bottom of my heart, and I know that they will move mountains for me. You know what I'm saying? It's just that little thing I wish they wouldn't do. So you just have to set boundaries, and you just have to let them know.
Mm-hmm. And it's not that you love them any less than any other mother.
Right.
It's not even that, Gio. It's the fact that, the same way that they say that they're grown ups, right? They push
Yeah.
you away. They say, I'm a grown up. I can do whatever. So, the same way is when you say, okay, so I already done raising you. Like, we're done. So from now on, it's going to be,
Mhm.
since you want space, you want whatever, you have to. You have to handle your own problems. Don't come to me to fix them for you.
Right.
Mhm.
So we're clear, right? You're going to do your own thing. I'm going to do my own thing. And that's all we need to know from each other. And then,
Mhm.
you let me know if you want to get together, let me know when we can get together. But if not, that's okay. Take your time. We can both heal. We can both take our times here.
Yep.
But a lot of times I feel that the way they say things, they don't talk to their friends like that. I've seen them with their friends. Oh my
Mhm.
God.
Yep.
They look like marshmallows around them. All cushy and sweet. And
Yeah.
when it comes to us parents, sometimes they're a little more,
Harsh.
Rude.
yeah.
I
Rude.
know. Been there, done that, and keep doing that. And I'm like, it ain't finna be like that.
Hmm.
Bye. That's when I take a long 5 month break.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have that right. A lot of people don't understand. You know, I remember when my kids were younger, I remember going to a party. I was invited by a friend of mine, and the kids were all over me playing, and kissing me or whatever, and they will go run and play and then come back, and there was a lady, an older woman sitting next to me, and she's like, "Oh, those are your kids?" And I say, "Yeah, these are my kids." And she's like, "Oh, it's so cute that they keep on coming back." I said, "Oh yeah, we have a great relationship, and I try to do I'm trying to do everything that my parents didn't do for me, and
Mhm.
I'm doing it for them so we can have a great relationship when they get older." The only thing I remember from this lady, Marlene, the way she looked at me. It
Uh,
wasn't mean. It wasn't rude. It was just saying, "You're so naive."
oh
That's
yeah.
the look I got. I didn't realize the way she looked at me like, oh, if you only know what's coming your way.
Yeah.
Because
See,
as a mother, you think that because you give them all of your love and you give them everything, or as a parent, I should say, not just moms go through this. A lot of dads go through this, the difference there is that sometimes they don't speak about it, right? They don't say anything
Yeah.
about it. But a lot of dads go through this as well. But as a mother, you try to do all of this and think that, or expect that the relationship is not going to change. And a lot
Mhm.
of people want you to do that. Oh, you have to. No, you don't have to. Once they grow up and they are
Mhm.
disrespectful and they are rude and they are mean and they put you last and all of their friends are first, but you're the
Mhm.
last person they think of, at that time, if you need a break, you know what? You have that right because I already
Yeah.
raised you.
Yeah. You know what, Nexie? I'll share something that I don't talk about it a lot because it's a very sensitive topic for me. But I found that when I got to be grown and in a relationship, I had a different relationship with my mother that I had when I was a child. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. Relationships, well, good relationships mature. When I was a child, of course, I depended on my mother more. Then when
Mm-hmm.
I left, it was like I kind of pushed away from my parents and siblings, and it was just about friends. Then it was just about relationships, and then you go back full circle to it being all about mom and dad again. Like, forget them, they're not what I need.
Mm.
They're not that what they're not what I need. They're not the most important thing, because while you can always have lots of friends, you are never going to have another mother and father, you know.
No.
And I had to get back full circle to that. And I can be transparent about it because it's true. When I was teenage to 20s, it was about friends. Then it was about romantic relationship. And then you find yourself right back mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that I was able to go back full circle to say, I don't need you like I needed you when I was a child, but now I need you as an adult to, like, what do I do when this happens? So it turned out to, like, I didn't need them as mom and dad anymore. I needed them as more like wise advice, or am I on track? Am I doing the right thing? The relationship evolved and changed from like what you would need like your mother and father to do things for you. Now it's like, well, that's how it was for me. Now it was like the validation phase.
More of
Mm.
yeah, am I doing it right? Or more of they still your mom
Yes.
and dad, but they mentored you in your adulthood,
Yes.
you know. But I
Mhm.
always tell my grandkids and my daughter that we are family. And that's why y'all will see on my blog channel, I always say family is everything. Because
Mhm.
when something happens, who is going to be there for you? Your mama.
Yes.
Your
Mm-hmm.
daddy might fuss, but your mama, mm,
Nope.
she gonna always be there for you.
Right.
No matter what you did, how you did it, or whatever. She's gonna always say, well, baby, you know I love you. What can I do?
Yep.
Family is everything.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It's true. And I don't know, like I got really strange and weird for like 4 or 5 years, thinking I didn't need, I was like, I don't need my mama. I was like, she thinks she knows something. When
She
she knows
did.
she needs me. She don't need nothing. She don't know nothing. I'm the one that knows things. She needs me. And my mom's like,
Mm.
oh, I need you. Okay then. Bye. So we kind of pushed back from having a relationship. But the whole time I was like, what's going on with mama? She all right?
Why hasn't she called me?
Yeah,
Why
she
hasn't she
called me.
reached
What's
out to
going
me?
on? But I steady said she needed me, but I was in every, oh, how's she doing? Is she all right? Oh, what's going on? Who comes to the house? But why don't you just see her? No, I don't need her. I just want to know she's all right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. She's all right. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
But that's how it was. I'm being honest. That's how it was.
But see, we all have to go travel the journey, our own journey. You're not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't make you see, that your mother really loves you, and she did the best that she could. And what you have to. right, you have to walk that journey until you see that for yourself. And that's
Mhm.
why it came back. That's why you was asking. But you was too proud.
I was too proud. I missed her. I was like, I miss my mama. And I was like, I can't go back. And my brother's like, why you can't go back? I was like, because I told her I don't need her and she don't call me no more.
Well, that's when you should have went over there and got on your knees and said, Mama, take me back. I love you. I need you. Nothing
Yeah,
wrong with it but pride.
I
You
know. I
know,
did. I did. It was about 6 months later. I was like, I can't do this no more. I need my mama.
yeah.
And she said, oh, looky, looky. Who is at my door? I was like, oh my God.
Lucky,
Can't you make
lucky.
it easy for me? Can't you make it easy? She said, well, no, remember? Remember, you said, "Ah, you don't need me. Remember that? I was like, man. I was like, boy, I know whose child I am.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Sometimes I feel that I've heard of parents that for whatever reason have lost the relationship they had with their kids, right? They've lost um, the communication or whatever it is. But I've heard of parents that have gone 5, 10, 15 years, 20 years without hearing back from their kids. And I'm always thinking, like, how do you do that? Like, how do you, as a parent, right? How do you go on with yourself like that? It must be very difficult. I've never asked anyone that because I feel that as a mom, I wouldn't want people to, to be inquisitive in that way. Or how do you feel? What do you feel? Why hasn't she like, I feel like I'm being like, probably, rubbing salt on the wound. I don't know. But it's kind of weird to know that a parent and a child have not spoken to each other in that long.
Yeah, I did that with my mom. I didn't talk to her for 3 whole years.
What?
Mhm.
You didn't talk to her for 3 years. Well,
Because
guess what? I
she
be
told me the truth and I didn't want to hear. I stormed off, blocked her, blocked all communication with her.
well, I be blocking my kid, but I be unblocking her about the third month. Because that's my kid. You know what I'm saying? And then she be like, sometimes she be like, she'll come, say, oh, you finally unblocked me, huh? I said, well, you have to learn how to talk to me. Okay, mama, we just gonna go on past that. But what you been doing? We start talking like nothing ain't never happened. But
No,
three years,
Gio,
Marlene, how
my
did
mom
you?
was not that nice, Gio. My mom will remind me every time. Oh, you're back? Mm. Oh, how does that humble pie taste? I was like, Mom, can you make it easy for me? She's like, no.
Yeah, you
You
see
got to
that.
know how to treat your mama, which she was
But
right.
yes and no. I'm sorry. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here because I feel that she was right, but she was wrong on the way she was doing it. I think that I would like when my kids and I go through something and we have to block each other. No, we've never blocked each other, but we don't speak for like a couple of months. I think I went for like 3 or 4 months not talking to my daughter, my second daughter, because she had met this little girl and the little girl was telling her we should move in together, and I'm like, you guys are not there yet, you guys don't have the money. But she wanted to do it anyway, so she got upset at me and she's like, well, I'm moving out. Okay, whatever. So we didn't talk for like 4 months, and then
Mhm. Uh-oh, your mic went out, Nexie.
Yeah.
Hi, Marilyn. Welcome.
But you know what, Marlene? Because we
on TV, are you hungry? How's everyone's doing? I just wanted to see how you was doing. I said, okay, good, good. Have you eaten? Yeah, 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 yeah. I ate already. Okay. I'm like, all right. So it's getting late, and I'm waiting for her. Then she asked me, "Can I move back, Mom? Can I move back?" And I said, "Yes, yes, you can. But first, we need to talk."
Yeah.
And that is the way you do it. And once you talk and make everything, put all your cards on the table and explain, how much they hurted you by doing that. You ask them for forgiveness because you hurt them on the process as well for not understanding. You have to. I mean, everything, all of this is thanks to therapy, right, Marlene? We
Yeah.
all have to, and Gio, we all have to thank therapy for all of this.
Right.
But I have to do that, or I'm gonna be probably doing the same thing as your mom, Marlene, throwing it on their faces every chance I get,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Or
And
like
she
my
did, and
mom.
she enjoyed
My
every
mom is
minute
the
of
same
it.
way. My mom is the same way. You do
Hmm.
something to her, or you say, "Oh, she'll be throwing that on your face for the next 50 years."
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, that takes a lot of forgiveness, Marlene.
I know.
And when I think about some of the things my mom and my dad did to us as kids, or even said to us, child, I didn't want to forgive nothing. They was wrong, and I don't want to forgive them. They shouldn't have said it. They didn't know how it made me feel
Right.
until I got in therapy
Hmm.
and we went through that door. Okay. And then
Mm-hmm.
after what I did was I started asking my mama's sister and my daddy's sisters and brothers about their life.
Mm-hmm.
What they went through and this and that and that. And my mom and dad ain't had no therapy. They only knew what they knew. That when I done that kind of research, it helped me forgive them much quicker. Not saying that they were wrong, I mean, right for the things that they did or said to us to make us feel little or
Hmm.
throwing it up in your face. But that helped me. I'm just sharing it with with Marlene. It helped me forgive them because
Mm-hmm.
that's all they knew. So how
Yeah.
else was they gonna react?
I know all of those things, and I used to say, but man, can you make it easy? Like, do you have to every time say, yeah, okay, that's fine. When I was all here by myself, all lonely for 3 years, I'd be like, oh my God, when are you ever gonna let that go?
Because I tell you why, Marlene. Because you hurt her
I know, I know. My brothers and my
badly,
sisters, my
and
dad
that
used to
was that
call
was
me and
her
tell me that too.
defense. Yeah.
Yeah, again, you do get hurt, right? You do get hurt. But I think Marlene, she was probably saying, like, if you would ask, like, "Oh, that's a nice set of earrings. When did you buy that?" "Oh, when you were gone for 3 years, we wouldn't communicate,
Yeah.
and that's when I bought them."
Next thing, she made everything about those 3 years.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, she said, I lost weight. It was probably during that time. And I already knew it was coming. It was during the 3 years.
Petty,
You
petty,
couldn't
petty.
even eat.
I did too. You said I like what Lexi said. Patty, patty, patty. That remind me of.
Yes, and I am my mother's child.
We got to change that.
I know I'm working on it, but I do have the petty seed in me. The
Back to
petty,
therapy. Back to therapy.
even after therapy. But my therapist, I've called her. She will not take me back, Gio.
Well, you drove her crazy.
Yeah, she said no
There's
way. She
other
said I'll
therapists.
recommend another therapist, but you can't come back to me.
She's like, and let me find a therapist, someone that wronged me, someone I didn't like, and I'm gonna give you that number.
And I said
Well,
nope. I said if I come back to therapy, I only want you. And she says, oh my God.
Nope.
I
no.
told her that. I said I don't want nobody else. She's the best therapist ever. Mhm.
Yeah, well. Yeah,
Not for
well,
you, she isn't.
yeah. That's
She said,
all I
I'm
can
not the
say.
best, but she's the best.
No, she's like, I am the best, but not for you. Lose my number.
She said, lose my number.
Well, sometimes, Marlene, you may have graduated to somebody else,
Mhm.
Yeah.
maybe she was just for you on that level. Now you need a
Mm-mm.
higher level two
That's
therapist.
what she told me. She said I need a higher level, and I said no. I was like, you're good.
She's like, no, I'm not.
She said I'm all booked up until the end of never.
Mm. Well, if I ever needed a therapist, I would try to see. I don't know where Beverly is. It's been so long. You know what I'm saying? But I think she may have been maybe a good 10 years older than me. So I don't even know where she is. I looked up my other girlfriend. We was trying to find her, but we can't.
Hmm. Oh,
Just
You
to.
guys drove her crazy.
I
She
know
moved
where
away.
I know where
No, we
Marlene
were both good. We wasn't like Marlene.
You were both. What did Marlene say? She's a delight.
We can't
I
find
am a
we like
delight. I am a
we
delight. I'm a pleasure to be around. I don't understand. You
well
know?
now you are, but she don't know
You
you
were
now.
both.
Yeah,
All
but
she can
that's what
remember.
I told her. I said I want her to see the healed me, and she said, "I believe you." She said, "You don't need."
She don't want you. She don't want you up in her office.
It's like
Darn, Marlene.
I moved to Alaska. I'm sorry, I will take you, but I live in Alaska now where there's no cell phones.
Well, okay.
I told you that one day I just popped up in her office, and she was like she saw a ghost. And she said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I just can't." I said, "What kind of reaction is that? That's your best student."
For real, Marlene. Okay, when I come down there, whenever we gonna go to her office
Yes.
and see what she say. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on her side. Yeah, man.
I try to stop her.
Wow, that's hurtful. Okay, you two
Oh,
are your friends.
no, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna be on her side. You know that. You know I got you, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I don't got you
I'm
like
gonna say,
that.
please take me back.
That's what
I'm,
you have to say. You have to get on your knees like I done and cry. Please take me back. I won't lie no more.
I'll do anything you say.
yeah, I don't got your back like that, Marlene. I'm
I
sorry. I'll
know
be on
you
her
won't.
side. I'll be
Next thing
like,
is like, well,
I'm
time to
sorry.
move on.
I'm sorry she turned into a stalker after you worked on her, so this is your fault.
Mhm.
Well, Marlene, if we go and if she look at me and look at you, she probably did you bring a friend too?
Yeah, I said I have friends, and she gonna be like, not if they like you.
I would say, oh ma'am, I'm not like her. I'm from Houston, Texas. And I know I am not controlling or anything like that. I will tell the
Hmm.
truth.
Hmm.
She'll look at Marlene and say, where did you get her from?
Yeah, talk about, oh no, now it's spreading.
So
she bring
that's what we gonna do, Marlene. We gonna go show up at her office and see what she says.
Yes, I think I should blog it. Hmm.
she'll be like,
Yeah, you
oh
should
no, no,
blog
no.
it. Yeah.
She'll be like, oh no, now she's bringing all of the broken friends she's got.
She'll say, out,
All of you
out.
out.
Sure, I want to see for myself when she gonna really put you out.
Oh, you go see for yourself. I tried to call her receptionist, and I guess my name is on a list.
What
I said, "What is
happened?
my name?" She said, "Oh, Marlene Saunders, huh? The famous Marlene." I was like, "What famous?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" "Oh, nothing. Yeah, she's not going to be available to take you. You know how they go into that voice."
hmm
I said, "You're
When
not
they're like,
available to take me, huh?" Mhm.
Marlene, I can't believe that. Really? Well, we gonna see. And see,
Okay,
I
we'll
got
see.
your back. I'm going up there. So you gonna take her back. She needs
Uh-oh.
help.
She gonna tell you now. You need a therapist.
exactly. How long ago was it your last therapy, Miss Gio? Probably like 15 years. Yeah, you need to go back
Yeah, she go
for
probably,
another 5 years.
you don't control my schedule up in here, Missy. That's what
Uh,
you got to
she'll be like, again, give me your therapist number. I'm calling her right now. You need an
Yep.
emergency session.
Yep. You need an emergency. She said, but it's not going to be me. Goodbye.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
That
So,
poor therapist, Marlene. She's
boy,
probably like,
yeah.
oh.
She told when I first saw her, she was, not overweight, but but like I saw her shrinking. Like I really did a number on her. She started shrinking. She said, "Oh, you didn't do that to me." She always said that, but I know I did.
What? I mean, you must have been like a big mountain hard to crack.
Like one of those horror stories that we read
Oh
about.
yeah.
Jesus, Marlene.
I sure am proud.
No, sometimes it's because you're so sick, you're so
Yes.
ill that
Hmm.
that even the
Good.
person working on you, it's able to, to feel all of that pain that you got,
Oh,
because they're people too.
look
Right.
at Marilyn. I would have waited in the parking lot.
Now who needs therapy?
Oh, wow.
Marilyn, don't encourage.
Marilyn, don't give me no ideas. Mm-mm. Don't give me no
Just tell her
ideas.
that Marilyn sent you.
I said
Mm-mm-mm.
Marilyn sent
She
me.
gave me the
Marilyn.
idea.
Oh my God. Well, if I'm with her, she ain't waiting nowhere where because
Uh-oh. Gio, Gio, you went on mute.
no, I was
Because
saying because if the therapist say get out my office, we getting out. We gonna go. I'm gonna say let's find another therapist because this one ain't for you.
No, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna get on my knees. I hope you get all that on the vlog. Please take me back. Please. I
you know
need you. And she's gonna be like, nope, nope, nope.
but also, like Gio said it, you probably need someone, stronger for you now because of your
Yes.
strength, because of the positive changes you have made. So you
I
need somebody to help you polish the new Marlene,
Right.
not the old one. She already worked on the old Marlene. So
no, I
don't go
want her
don't go
back. I
harassing her in
want
the
her
parking
back.
lot.
I want her back.
But you'll be doing a disservice to yourself because you're not gonna be getting the right type of
And
therapy.
she's reverting back to controlling.
Yeah, we need to go back
I
and
want her back. I want her back. Hmm.
Yeah, but Marlene, she may have run the race as far as she needs to go.
Yeah, she told me that. She said, I gave you all the tools you need and you're fine. And yes, I am fine now. But, every once in a while, you need those times like where I have triggered times, where I just need some like check in to make sure I stay on track. That's all. And she's like, no, she says, you're good. She says, if you need that, you got to go to somebody else.
And
yeah.
you know what? My therapist told me the same thing because I don't know why she just said that you can, I don't know how long I'm going to be. She probably not even here in Houston anymore because now that I'm remembering, she did say you're going to be fine. All you have to do is use all the tools. You don't need to come back here and to get validated about the decisions that you make. You make great decisions,
Mhm.
and now there's nothing more I can do for you. And
Mhm.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was
But
so confused.
I think the reason why I want to go back because it's like when you have a therapist, your therapist also becomes like a mom, a mentor, and a friend to you. You know,
Right.
They're not
so
supposed
I
to.
think oh yes she did. Oh yes, she mothered me. She mothered me so well.
But
Yes, but
see,
what I'm saying is they're not supposed to be that to you, because when a patient is saying, this is what I'm feeling for my therapist, this is how it's make, that is another way of, try like kind of reversing back to that control issue or whatever.
Mhm.
So if they ever find out that this is what she did, that she mothered you, she did all of this, then
No, that's how I feel. She was probably doing what she was supposed to do, but
mm-hmm,
for me, it felt like the role of how a mother should be
right.
because I didn't
with
have those things in my life.
Which is why she's probably telling you go elsewhere because the attachment is
Because,
already
yeah,
there.
because you're an adult now. You have the tools. All you need is just to maybe go and just talk to somebody about how you feeling.
Mhm.
Or
It's always
the
good to do that.
Marlene back then is not the same Marlene
No.
today.
Ooh,
So you
The
need to go and
Marlene that
talk.
would get with you. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Right. So you got to talk to somebody that can help you with the Marlene today.
Oh my God, the Marlene that would tell you off, and then when you told me what I did, I would start crying. Why are you attacking me? You're attacking me. This is so mean. I feel
Now,
everything's spinning out of control. I can't do this.
And you
now,
know what?
now,
Go ahead, Lexi.
no, sorry, Gio. I just wanted to say now I understand why she said she's a delight.
Right. Because if I'd have been down there, anytime I come down there, Marlene, I tell her something and she goes, I'm saying, go right out there and get me that tree limb. And come on back with it.
No, 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 no. We're good.
And she'll be like, oh, Gio, yeah, I see my error. And
I feel so much better now.
you don't need no
I'm,
other
I'm right
therapy.
back on target.
Oh my God, we having too much
Good.
fun.
Too much fun. It's been a great live. I've enjoyed it, ladies. Thank you guys so much for coming up. Final words
Sometimes
first from Gio and
oh,
then Nexie.
Go
go
ahead,
for it.
Lexi.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, going back to the topic at hand, make sure that you are keeping your eyes, your ears, and all of your senses open, so that you can perceive if somebody's being a little too controlling or they're going down that path. Make sure that you have everything calibrated the right way so that you can put a stop to it and stay away from people like that, because this is your life, it's not theirs. Nobody should control it but you. So those are pretty much the only words I can say right now, Marlene, and thank you for having me on your platform, of course.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's like I said, I have enough problems controlling myself and my emotions and keeping myself in line. I don't have time to control anybody else because it only makes me worse and feel bad because you don't do what I tell you to do. All right. So I'm not no controlling person. I'm a leader. Yes, I can be assertive when I need to, but I don't. I give you the information and you do with it what you want. I don't want to control you. Thanks, Marlene.
Thank you, ladies. I really appreciate you. And my final words are, when we talk about a controlling person that we have in our life, whether it's a relative, a friend, in a romantic relationship, in the workspace, we have to let people do what they're going to do. We can't stop people from what they do. All we can do is control our own reaction to them and then put it into different classes. Is this somebody that I have to deal with, I want to deal with, or that is actually making changes and I will keep them around, like maybe taking a break from that individual. But you have to do what's best for you. And if it gets to be to where somebody is being demanding, being so aggressive, like shouting, being angry, affecting your mental health, this is your time for you to separate from those individuals
Yeah.
and go off on your own. So thank you so much, Gio and Nexie. Appreciate you, ladies.
You're welcome, Marlene. Bye, Gio.
Bye bye.
See you guys tomorrow on the next dose of positivity. And shout out to all the members. Gonna do a members only tomorrow after the show. So thank you so much, everybody. And you know what I say over here on Marlene Motivates? Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life. See you guys tomorrow. Shout out to the chat.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it and be it, and live your best life.
Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? I forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you?